Y'all always doing
I
something. Y'all messy.
I
Internet,
think you
y'all
might not have
messy.
been on camera though. It was. Hey,
Yeah,
that
was on
hey,
camera.
that was fun.
It was
It's
on
funny
camera.
now.
Hey,
Coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs.
I have ever wanted to come here, dub, and make an impact. I can confidently say I have done and will strive to keep doing so.
What if I told you that one player could bring down an entire team? That's exactly what happened with Angel Reese and the Chicago Skies. It's a story of desperation, cheating, and a locker room turned toxic. You know what's crazier? While Reese was trying to be the villain, Caitlin Clark was out there becoming a legit superhero. We're talking a $28 million Nike deal versus, well, a steroid scandal. Talk about a tale of two players, right? Remember when Angel Reese was the queen of college basketball? She was on top of the world, fresh off an NCAA championship with LSU. Social media couldn't get enough of her. Brands were lining up to work with her. It seemed like she had it all figured out, but then she made the jump to the WNBA, joining the Chicago Sky. That's when things started to get weird. At first, everyone was hyped. The Sky thought they'd scored big time, bringing in this young superstar. But as the season went on, something just didn't add up. Reese's stats were all over the place. One game, she'd be crushing it, putting up double-doubles like it was nothing. The next, it was like she wasn't even on the court. Fans started to notice, and you know how that goes. Social media blew up with all kinds of theories. Was she injured, homesick, having trouble adjusting to the pro game? Then the whispers started. People were talking about late-night practices, mysterious doctor visits, and teammates giving Reese the side-eye in the locker room. It was like everyone knew something was up, but nobody wanted to say it out loud. The Sky's management? They were keeping their mouths shut tight, but you could tell something was off. Press conferences got tense, interviews with players got awkward. It was like the whole organization was walking on eggshells. Then it happened. The bomb dropped. Angel Reese, the golden girl of college basketball, got caught using EPO and anabolic steroids. Can you believe it? The same player who was dunking on everyone in the NCAA was now facing a massive doping scandal in the WNBA.
Coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs. Quick hitter number 3 goes to Chicago Sky rookie forward Angel Reese, who has a new weekly podcast called Unapologetically Angel.
she has the highest average for rebounding in a season. She had the most rebounds in a season.
It was a shock to everyone. Fans, teammates, coaches. Nobody saw this coming, or did they? Looking back, all those weird signs suddenly made sense. The inconsistent play, the secrecy, the tension in the locker room. It was all pointing to this moment. But here's the thing, how did we get here? How did Angel Reese go from being on top of the world to facing the biggest scandal in WNBA history? It's not like she just woke up one day and decided to start juicing. There's gotta be more to the story, right? Here's the kicker, Reese wasn't the only one feeling the heat. The entire Chicago Sky team was crumbling under pressure. But what exactly happens when you take a college superstar and throw her into the pressure cooker of pro basketball? Spoiler alert, it ain't pretty. Let's talk about the WNBA for a second. This league is no joke. You've got players who've been in the game for years, honing their skills, getting stronger, faster, smarter. And then you've got rookies like Reese, fresh out of college, thinking they're hot stuff. Man, talk about a reality check. Imagine this. One day, you're the star of your college team. Everyone's cheering your name. You're on top of the world. The next, you're just another newbie trying to keep up with veterans who've been doing this for years. That's exactly what Reese faced. The game in the WNBA. It's like college basketball on steroids. Everything's faster, players are stronger, and the pressure? It's non-stop. You could see it in Reese's body language. Gone was that cocky swagger from her college days. Instead, you've got a player who looks lost, overwhelmed, trying to find her footing in a league that doesn't give you time to catch your breath. In interviews, her voice was shaky, her answers unsure. This wasn't the confident Angel Reese we all knew from LSU. And let's not forget the scrutiny. In college, a bad game might get you some flack on campus. In the WNBA, every move you make is analyzed, criticized, blown up on social media. One minute you're trending because of a great play. The next you're the laughing stock of Twitter because of a missed shot. It's brutal, and it takes a toll. The pressure was building, not just for Reese, but for the whole Chicago Sky team. You've got a rookie who's supposed to be your star player struggling to find her rhythm. The rest of the team's trying to adjust, but it's like trying to dance with a partner who keeps stepping on your toes. The result? A miserable 13-27 record, one of the worst in the league. But a losing record was just the tip of the iceberg. What happens when a team's locker room becomes a war zone?
Caitlin Clark became the first ever rookie in WNBA history to record a triple-double twice in the same season.
Y'all always doing
I
something.
think-
Y'all messy.
I
Internet,
think you
y'all
might not have
messy.
been on camera though. It was. Hey,
Yeah,
that
it was on
hey,
camera.
that was funny. It's
It was on
funny
camera.
now.
Hey, breaking news. Angel Reese is out for the year with a
Ouch.
season-ending injury. She announced on her social media.
The Sky's internal drama was about to make their on-court struggles look like child's play. Imagine walking into a locker room where the air is so thick with tension you could cut it with a knife. That's what it was like for the Chicago Sky. You've got players side-eyeing each other, whispers in the corners, and a rookie star at the center of it all. It was a pressure cooker, and the lid was about to blow off. Let's talk about those rumors flying around. Some players thought Reese was getting the royal treatment. You know, extra attention from the coaches, more leeway when she messed up. That kind of stuff doesn't sit well in a team sport. It's like high school all over again, but with million-dollar contracts on the line. And poor coach Teresa Weatherspoon, she was caught in the middle of this mess. On one side, she's trying to keep the peace in a locker room that's ready to explode. On the other, she's got management breathing down her neck for wins. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The players, they weren't exactly holding hands and singing Kumbaya. Nope, it was more like a finger-pointing contest. It's her fault we lost. No, it's your fault. Meanwhile, the losses kept piling up and the finger-pointing got worse. It's a vicious cycle, and nobody knew how to break it. And right in the middle of this tornado of drama, Angel Reese. Remember, she's still a rookie. One minute, she's the golden girl of college basketball. The next, she's drowning in expectations she can't possibly meet. Imagine the pressure. Imagine the desperation. Now, here's where things get really crazy. You ready for this? Word got out that Coach Weatherspoon might have pushed Reese to use steroids. Yeah, you heard that right. The coach. Encouraging a player to juice up. It's like something out of a bad sports movie, except it's real life. When that bomb dropped, it was like someone set off a nuke in the Sky's locker room. Not only was Reese using, but her coach might have been the one to push her into it. That's not just crossing a line, that's obliterating it. It's the kind of thing that doesn't just end careers, it ends entire organizations. As the dust settled from the locker room explosion, a new storm was brewing. The Chicago Sky were about to make a move so unprecedented, it would leave the WNBA speechless. What could push a team to not only suspend their rising star, but to drag her into court? The news hit like a freight train. Angel Reese, suspended for steroid use. But hold up, that's not even the craziest part. The Chicago Sky didn't just bench her, they straight up sued her. Can you imagine? A team taking their own player to court? That's how bad things got. Think about it for a second. This isn't just some minor disagreement. We're talking about a professional sports team deciding that legal action against their own star was the best move. It's like your family suing you for burning the Thanksgiving turkey. It's that level of messed up. Reese's career? It's an absolute shambles. Her reputation completely destroyed. This isn't just a setback. It's like someone hit the self-destruct button on her entire future in basketball. And you know the WNBA wasn't about to let this slide. They came down on her like a ton of bricks. They had to make an example out of her, show everyone that this kind of behavior won't fly. But here's where it gets even wilder.
What a year. I never could have imagined last bucket of my rookie season would be a 3. But maybe God's saying give them a taste of what they'll be seeing more of in year 2, LOL.
It's part of Playmakers Network of podcasts from Shaquille O'Neal. The only reason that I brought up the first part about Angel Reese is this.
I have ever wanted to come, dub, and make an impact. I can confidently say I have done and will strive to keep doing so.
While Reese is dealing with this dumpster fire, guess what Caitlin Clark's doing? She's out there breaking records left and right, signing a massive $28 million deal with Nike. Talk about a tale of two rookies, right? It's like watching one player climb to the top of the mountain while the other's falling off a cliff. Now, you'd think with all this drama, at least Reese's performance must have been off the charts, right? Wrong. You won't believe this, but even with the steroids, her stats were a joke. We're talking 11.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game. That's it. All that risk, all that cheating, and for what? Numbers that wouldn't even get you MVP in a rec league. So, what's the real story here? Angel Reese's fall from grace isn't just about one player messing up. It's a wake-up call for the entire sports world. Think about it. What's the real cost of chasing success in pro sports? Is it worth risking everything for a shot at glory? Let's be real for a second. Behind every headline, there's a human being. A person who made mistakes, sure, but also someone who was under insane pressure. You've got to wonder, how many other players are out there feeling that same pressure, maybe thinking about taking shortcuts? Here's hoping Reese's story isn't just another scandal. Maybe it's the kick in the pants the sports world needs to take a hard look at itself. Because if we don't learn from this mess, you can bet it's gonna happen again.